If you have never heard of the Venture Brothers, shame on you! Originally conceived as parody of Jonny Quest, Scooby-Doo and other boy adventurer and kid detective shows, it quickly became one of the most character-driven comedies on TV. According to the creators, the show is about failure, but most of all it's the perfect pop culture parody. Instead of relying on hollow references and easy punchlines, the Venture Brothers uses Golden Age comic book characters and such to create a layered universe full of deeply flawed but relatable heroes and villains. Which is maybe the main reason why the show works even for people who didn't grow up with comic books and cartoons. The following video is low on spoilers but doesn't completely avoid them. It's a list for people who already know the show. If you want a list of the best episodes for beginners, I just recommend you to start with episode 1 and watch the whole season plus the first episode of season 2 in the right order. If you are still not addicted after this, the show simply isn't for you, and it might be because you are a dumb poo-poo head. Anyway, here's the list of my 20 favorite episodes of the Venture Brothers. Season 3, Episode 4, The Invisible Hand of Fate. In a show full of interesting characters who all deserve their own spin-off, Master Billy Quizboy and Pete White are cursed with the position of being the least interesting. The Invisible Hand of Fate made the top 20 just because it answers lots of questions about the origin of that odd couple in an engaging and even surprisingly touching way. Former throwaway jokes like why Billy can't remember why he has a mechanical hand turn into important plot points of the Venture mythology. Plus, we finally learn how Phantom Limb really got his powers and hear a very catchy OSI theme song.
Please do not look away from the nozzle.
Season 2, Episode 1, Powerless in the Face of Death. The Season 2 opener is the first big emotional episode of the series. Mostly thanks to the wonderful cold open that not just makes brilliant use of Aquagen's cheesy hands-up version of Rosella's Everybody's Free, but also gets me teary-eyed every single time, although I already know the punchline of the episode. Even more interesting is the B-plot about the Monarch and how he tries to escape from prison and get Dr. Girlfriend back. Something that will slowly evolve into the big story arc of Season 2.
Tell the world! The Monarch shall return!
Season 4, Episode 1, Blood of the Father, Heart of Steel. The most confusing episode ever. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who had at first no fucking idea what the hell was going on. On second viewing, it became pretty clear that the non-linear structure of Blood of the Father, Heart of Steel actually makes the story go down easier. Season 4 is all about change, and when these first 22 minutes are over, almost nothing in the Ventureverse is what it used to be. It all happened so fast that chopping up all the information into tiny pieces and feeding it to us in random order seemed like a surprisingly good idea.
I love Hitler and Hitler loves me! He's not all bad! Hitler just needs someone to believe in him!
Season 4, Episode 7, The Better Man, in which we learn a lot about Dr. Orpheus and his family. We see what his ex-wife looks like, learn why his marriage failed, and even that Triana isn't just an ordinary teenager after all. On top of that, it's an episode about the Order of the Triad, so you can't go wrong with that. Give those three finally a spin-off. And the subplot about Dean trying to learn how to date girls is seriously entertaining too.
Hank, aren't you just a little ashamed of your ignorance?
Like just a little?
Yeah, constantly.
Season 4, Episode 14, Assisted Suicide. The main plot, which focuses on Dr. Orpheus' journey through Rusty's mind to save him from an apparent possession, doesn't offer that much, apart from some seriously hilarious moments. What really makes the episode so good are the two character-driven subplots. Dr. and Mrs. the Monarch and Gary share some friendly, at one point even too friendly moments together, while Brock and Sergeant Hatred bicker about who is responsible for the safety of the Venture Brothers and who did the better job. Doesn't sound too spectacular, but when you spend so much time with those characters like we did at this point, it's a very rewarding episode.
Can I have some? One? A Skittle?
Season 4, Episode 2, Handsome Ransom. Just because it's an Adult Swim show, it doesn't mean an episode about a superhero whose feelings for his boy sidekicks make him sound like a creepy pedophile whenever he opens his mouth has to be lame. Robot Chicken couldn't even make a mildly amusing 5-second skit out of that premise, while the Venture Brothers fills 22 hilarious minutes with it. Oh, and did I mention that Captain Sunshine is voiced by none other than Kevin Conroy?
Slumber Party!
Season 3, Episode 2, The Doctor is Sin. We finally learn how low Rusty is willing to go when Dr. Henry Killinger and his magic murder bag return. This is one of those sneaky episodes that make you laugh your ass off until they suddenly hit you without warning on an emotional level. Bonus points for the beginning, where Rusty tries to fool an investor by putting his friends and family in disguise.
I'm very excited about this plan.
Season 1, Episode 6, Tech Sale, You're It. Rusty is having a yard sale and all his enemies are there. And the guy from Depeche Mode. On the outside, it's an episode about nothing. But if you look closer, it's the point in the series where its universe really starts to widen its scope. Many important characters and rules are introduced, and we even get an early hint at Dr. Girlfriend's backstory with Phantom Limb. But most of all, it's an episode that's hilarious as fuck.
Hey! You dick!
Season 4, Episode 12, Everybody Comes to Hank's. Hank tries to find out the real identity of Dermot's father, but that truth is maybe the darkest and most shocking twist of the whole series. But until that, it's a lot of fun to watch Hank and the Alchemist play out every private detective cliché in the world. It's seriously remarkable how much the show is able to get out of such a worn-out plot. It even makes me ignore that we see an important character for the first time, but everybody acts like she has been around forever.
I would make Darren filthy rich, turn Mr. Tate into a donkey, tell Endora to get a life, and blind that nosy Mrs. Kravitz.
Season 3, Episode 5, The Buddy System. When Rusty opens a day camp on the Venture compound, everything goes wrong. It's kinda similar to Tech Sale You're It, but that's not a bad thing. It's a damn hilarious episode and doesn't even shy away from some moments of extremely dark humor. It also marks the first appearance of Dermot, and watching him annoy the shit out of Brock is definitely one of the greatest moments of the whole series. But still not as great as seeing Dean defending Triana's honor.
I liked him better when he was strung out.
Season 1, Episode 10, Are You There, God? It's me, Dean. This one is seriously painful to watch, at least for men. While Dean suffers from a testicular torsion, the Monarch holds Hank and Brock as his prisoners. We learn some more about guild rules and witness one of those casual frenemyships that so many pro and antagonists share in the Ventureverse. And this is not just a damn funny episode, it's also highly educational, and will scare everybody with testicles to death.
Smurfs don't lay eggs! I won't tell you this again! Papa Smurf has a f***ing beard! They're mammals!
Season 3, Episodes 12 and 13, The Family That Slays Together Stays Together. In the almost non-stop action fest that closes Season 3, we witness lots of hilarious violence and completely unpredictable plot twists. In fact, this two-part episode is so awesome that it should have been a theatrical released full-length feature film. I'm sure Doc and Jackson would have come up with at least 40 more minutes of awesomeness to give it the necessary runtime, but even in its current length, The Family That Slays Together Stays Together is perfect as it is.
We meet at the Venture compound. Dawn.
Dawn? Dean! We're finally gonna meet our long-lost sister!
Season 4, Episode 16, Operation Prom. You think it's impossible to top the Season 3 finale? Well, the Season 4 finale, Operation Prom, proves you wrong. Just don't expect another big action-filled one. This year is all about character development. While Dean and Hank celebrate their prom, many people learn many new things about themselves and others. And it all ends with an emotion and suspense-filled moment that is perfectly highlighted with pulps like a friend.
Rusty Venture is the name for when you jerk off so much your dick gets all red and sore.
Season 2, Episode 4, Escape to the House of Mummies Part 2. The ultimate experience in inspired silliness. This middle part of a trilogy that doesn't exist gets more and more absurd whenever we cut away from Rusty, Billy and White. But their desperate tries to win a magic vs science duel with the Shrink Ray are almost on par with the completely nonsensical time travel adventure of Brock and the kids. Sometimes a punchline is funnier without a joke.
Dean, stop riding the perfect man. Brock has to kill him now.
Aw, can't we keep him?
Season 4, Episode 13, Bright Lights, Dean City. The parallel episode to Everybody Comes to Hank's is stuffed with characters and subplots, but nothing feels forced or too short. Even though Dean is a pretty passive character trapped between the rise of the Revenge Society and his dad's newfound love for musicals. Highlights include the most bizarre villain casting ever and guest star Nathan Fillion as biological accurate Spider-Man parody Brown Widow.
On grand adventures, then pushed me with them for mayhem. Who's Rusty?
Season 2, Episode 6, Victor Echo November. My favorite kind of Venture Brothers episodes are those where everybody does something normal and out of the blue everything goes haywire. In this case, a date night turns into a bloodbath when Phantom Limb orders a hit on the Ventures just because the Monarch pisses him off. If this episode has one flaw, it's that we will apparently never see Kim becoming a supervillain, but watching Brock having to comfort a dying henchman with Technotronic makes totally up for that.
What are you doing?
I'm wringing my hands. Menacingly.
Well, nobody can see that.
Season 4, Episode 6, Self-Medication. It's an episode that feels like a vector pilot to a new spin-off show, but in the best possible way. I could watch these former boy adventurers talk about their problems and try to solve murder cases all day long. It also has a subplot about Sergeant Hatred freaking out, which drags the episode a little bit down, but the main plot and the chemistry between the members of the support group is strong enough to make it one of the best episodes.
What happened? Did I just kill premature ejaculation?
Season 1, Episode 1, Dia de los Dangerous. The show starts on a very high note. The Mexico trip of the Venture family delivers one brilliant gag after another. Among the million highlights are of course Brock's henchman massacre and the painful death of Speedy. One could be afraid that the series peaked way too early after watching this, but no, it gets even better. After all, there are 2 more episodes on this list.
Helper, you are now my personal, walking, talking electric kidney. Crap.
Season 1, Episode 8, Ghosts of the Sargasso. This episode takes the show's original concept of a boy adventurer parody as far as possible. Starting with one of the most awesome and unexpected David Bowie homages ever, we then focus on a story about fake ghost pirates, real ghosts and deep sea exploration. And we learn that Brock can kill with any of his body openings. Genre parody can't get any better than this, and it took me a while to decide if this or the next one should be number 1 on my list. Obviously the following Episode 1.
After the twist, you'll feel a snap and the body goes ragdoll on you.
And that will knock him out? Even more?
Season 2, Episode 5, 20 Years to Midnight. How much fun and adventure can you squeeze in 22 minutes? Apparently a lot. It was very difficult to decide which one is the best episode, but I think nobody will complain about my choice. I mentioned previously how episodes like The Family That Slays Together should have been a movie, and this applies to this episode maybe more than to any other. From the weird encounters that the Ventures have while trying to find several puzzle pieces all over the world, to the action-filled showdown at the Impossible Tower, 20 Years to Midnight has not one boring second. And the Grand Galactic Inquisitor is without a doubt the most hilarious one-shot character ever.
Someone left a baby!